I know a lot of girls in my year went through it. I think a lot of girls across the country go through this. It's not your fault. You didn't ask for it. You are not weak. You are strong. My name's Amina. I'm 19 years old. On my first day of secondary school, I woke up really early and it was 6 a.m. I woke my mum up and I was like, "Mom, I can't wait, hurry up and get ready so you can take me." It was really exciting, I was looking forward to it, but I was really nervous at the same time. The beginning of year 7 was good, I made friends, but then later on in the year, a lot of stories were made up about me, about what I do with boys, that I just have sex with everyone, how I'd wear my skirt too short and I was asking for it, and even the way I walked was a problem. I was called a hoe, a slut, a scat, a bitch. I was 12, I just turned 12. My sister told me that people in her year were talking about me as well. During the school day, I'd always be like, "Okay, Amina, don't cry, just wait until you get home so you can cry." And it was hard because my mum was always like really proud because I used to love school and then I didn't. And like, I know that I would stick up for someone, so for people not to do that for me was really hard. With sexual harassment, it is a culture of seeing women as like an object and like a prize. In year 9, we were having sports day coming up, so we had a meeting about who would do what race. My whole year group was on the field. I was just sitting in a group with my friends, and then a boy kind of pushed me and put me on the floor and started grinding on me. And it was of course like uncomfortable, but it was just really weird that like not a single word was said, and it just felt like everything just went really quiet. And I know people saw, but no one said anything. So I was really scared, and I got back up after, and I looked to my teacher that was on the pitch, and I was really hoping that he'd do something, but he just looked at me and then looked away. I guess people kind of just looked and then looked away. They just kind of ignored it and pretended it didn't happen. So I did the same, and then I just waited to go home. But I already decided that I wouldn't tell my family because I was scared. I was scared that I was going to get blamed. In year 11, in front of the whole class, this boy started saying that we had sex. It's like I wasn't there anymore, and the supply teacher never said anything. When my tutor came back the next day, I told him about it, and he really listened to me, and he addressed the whole class and said that you shouldn't talk to females like this. At the time, I felt guilty about getting the boy in trouble, but he never spoke to me like that again, and I never heard him speak about another girl like that. The next day, I felt like I could breathe. Sexual harassment, because it affects almost every woman, kind of seems like it's a hard topic to tackle. In society, there's a lot of pressure on boys. You're encouraged, you're just egged on to act a certain way towards girls and really force yourself on them, even if it's something you might not necessarily want to do. For girls, being catcalled and talked talked about in a derogatory way is normalized. They just think it's just like a normal part of life. If you dress too modestly, you're called frigid, like you're not into it or whatever. And if you don't, it's like you're asking for it. But in either circumstance, women are still talked about in a sexual way. It's not women's fault in any way, shape or form. And it's kind of like you can't win. Sometimes when you do get catcalled, men think that you owe them something and that you have to take it as a compliment, or you have to be happy that you're getting catcalled, and it's just not the case. You can feel like you're in danger. It is scary. Even when I walk home, I just always have to look behind me because I don't feel safe, and I don't think that's right. I wanted to try and get out of the mindset that sexual harassment is just an inevitable part of society. Women should be empowered enough to talk openly about it. If you have been sexually harassed and are being sexually harassed, it's not your fault. You didn't ask for it. It doesn't have anything to do with your character. You are not weak. You are strong. You don't have to speak up about it right away. There is no pressure. You should feel comfortable talking about it with someone who you know will support you, whether it's your teacher or your friend or your family. People do care, and you're not alone. And there's so much help you can get. There's so many organizations. You will be looked after, and it won't last forever. Being an activist is a form of release for me, even just to sit here and talk about it. I don't have all this anger built up inside of me. I feel like I'm using it positively. Small steps can create a big impact. Can I say I? Because it wasn't just me. With others, I ran a workshop in BAFTAs Art Centre. Hearing other girls come up to me and tell me about their school experience, the fact that they still remember it proves how much it affected them, and that's what they remember about school, and I don't think school should be like that. Being sexualized at such a young age shouldn't be your school experience. Girls and boys have a lot more to offer each other than just sex. Students should go through their school life in a safe environment where they can smile, just making friends and enjoying learning. There's guidelines in schools that teachers have to follow. I had a meeting with my head teacher. We're working on getting a page in the planner, how to deal with sexual harassment if you're going through it, and what we can do in school to prevent it. To teenage boys watching this, really think about how you talk to girls. You should treat them with respect. A scat or a slut isn't something you should be called at any age. There's no need. There's no need to fuel your ego or your masculinity by degrading women. It is a culture that we should all work together to change, both men and women.